Welcome to No Fun Channel. I'm Felix, and I just found out that I lost a total of 18 pounds. My starting weight was 388, and I'm down to 317, or 372. So, yeah, so that's 18 or is that 16? I think it's 16 pounds. Either way, I lost a lot more than I thought. I've been holding at 380 for a long time. Probably about a year holding at 380. And then when I went to the doctor, it was 372. And then I was doing the math like, oh, that's a lot more than I thought. So the only thing I've been doing is I've been trying to be more active around the house. And I actually do work out at my desk during work time. Just get up and move, stretch, throw some punches and stuff like that. Just trying to be active. And I guess it's working. I have been trying to be better at what I eat too. So I guess I need to keep it up. And I'm on some medication along with my blood pressure medicine that seems to be making me starve. But according to the side effects, weight loss or weight gain is not one of the side effects. But I was starving. I mean, I was really starving when I took this medicine. So I don't know. Well, I just started that medicine, so that's not why I lost all that weight. But yeah, it put a smile on my face to realize I lost that much weight. So hopefully I can get down to 360, keep it up. But yeah, so I guess my little weight loss journey is working. I just gotta stay patient and stick with it. But yeah, I was really excited to see I'm losing some weight. Can't wait till I get rid of a lot more of it. But yeah, that was. I figured I'd just start off on a positive note and show that staying focused on your weight loss can have an effect without you even knowing it. Because I can't tell just by looking at me that I lost the weight, but I've lost the weight apparently. I can feel it a little in my clothes, but not that much because my clothes are from when I was way smaller. I really haven't bought new clothes in a long time. I need to. But I don't go anywhere, so I used to buy clothes all the time when I worked. When I worked outside the home, but now I work from home, so there's that. But also something else I got to do was we had a family night and we watched The Marvels. And right off the bat, I'd just like to say, I haven't really wanted to see anything Marvel related since The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. After that, I did watch Loki. And what was the other? See, what did I watch those shows? Loki, the Scarlet Witch story, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. After those three, well, after season 2 of Loki, I really haven't wanted to watch any Marvel, so I'm burned out on it. I didn't like the She-Hulk, and did I watch She-Hulk? Yeah, I think I ended up watching that with my daughter. She wanted to watch it, but I wasn't a fan of She-Hulk. And it wasn't because it was a female-led. It was just, I thought it was corny. I think they missed the point on what they were trying to do. And I knew about She-Hulk and the Fourth Wall. Is that what it's called? Whatever it's called. Talking to the audience and stuff. But yeah, it just fell short for some reason. It feels like all the Marvel stuff now, they're trying to rush it. They're just trying to get it out there, make some money off of it. And it's falling apart. Now Morbius, which is Sony's attempt at creating their own Marvel universe, I have not seen it and have no desire to see it. Like Jared Leto, I am not a fan of his. Every time I hear his name, he's in a movie, I don't go see it. I just don't like him. Then you hear all the negative reviews about Morbius. Like, to be honest, I wasn't shocked. I don't think he's that great of an actor. So yeah, I was not shocked by that. And then Madam Web. Yeah, Madam Web's getting tore apart. There are people who you always try to see the positive and stuff, and they could not find the positive from Madam Web. And again, I was never going to go see it anyways. I probably won't even watch it if it comes on TV. It's just not a movie I wanted to see. Just from the trailer alone, I didn't seem like a movie I wanted to see. I don't really know much about Dakota Johnson. Is that who it was? See, I don't even know who starred in it. I know it's Dakota something. But I just, anything Marvel related, it's really got to pique my interest. The only thing Marvel related that I'm looking forward to seeing is the new X-Men, the X-Men 97. And other than that, I'm good. Well, they are bringing back Daredevil, so I might tune to that. I was a fan of Daredevil on Netflix. If it's the same writing team, the same, intensity, I'll definitely tune into that. But yeah. Now, as for the Marvels, it was an okay movie. It was a good movie. Like I said, it had its moments where I'm just like, there's no need for that. And then they had the cats eating people. It's like, you could have come up with a better plan. But yeah, it's just a good movie to watch at home. Now, with that said, like I said from the start, I'm not looking forward to too many Marvel things. I'm burned out on Marvel. They need to just let it go. Because the only thing Marvel related that I've seen the like is the What If storyline. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the X-Men 97. The only question I have about X-Men 97 was the trailer that came out for it. Was that rough work? And apparently a lot of people caught that Rogue does not have a butt. So I thought that was interesting. They took away her yams. But yeah, it's just Marvel, and Star Wars. I've been burned out on Star Wars too. Those three. Well, I said three because I'm also thinking Star Trek. I'm burned out on Star Trek too. Now I'll go back and watch the old Star Trek, like even the original Star Trek and Generations and Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I just can't get into the newer stuff. That's not true. I do watch Lower Deck from time to time. But I think I watch Lower Deck just because it's different. It's not Star Trek. So it's not really Star Trek. It's a play on Star Trek. But yeah, it just... They get something and they try to turn everything to a franchise. It's like, you don't need to turn everything to a... Let's go back to the one movie, storyline. One movie, bam, you're done. You move on to the next one. Not everything needs to be a franchise. For a while there, it was like everything had to have 3 parts. And now everything's got to be a franchise. And no, because eventually those franchises get burned out and you lose the audience. And you're losing money instead of stopping when you should have. But yeah, when I kept hearing the reviews of Madam Web, even people who try to see the positive in movies, they couldn't even review it. They were just like, oh, I guess this one guy, who usually tears apart movies, didn't review it. I'm just not going to. Because apparently it would be way too easy to tear it apart. So there's that. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting that all these Marvel movies, even if it's not part of the Disney Marvel, they're still not doing too well. Now the Marvel, someone tried to say the Marvel was a flop. I was like, I don't think your definition of flop, or you don't know what the definition of a flop is. The Marvels actually made money. It just didn't make Marvel money. So there's that. I did like the end where she's with her mom and she's like, I think she's confused. I'm not your mom. So it'll be interesting if they keep her in there. So mother and daughter fighting together. I think that'd be real interesting. Now, I did realize something, and that is I am not advertising my book. I got my book out there, Dad's Journey Home Through Space to Hell and Back. I realize I'm not advertising it, and I don't know why. I've been trying to promote it. So I'm going to create a little clip, or I think about just taking a page out and put it out there. Try to get a little bit of interest. Like, my goal is literally only to sell 5 copies to people I don't know. So I'm working on it. We'll see what happens. But it'd be nice to sell a few copies. I am working on a second book, and I thought I was going to be done with it, but then I kept expanding on it. So we'll see what happens. I'm up to chapter 5, and I think there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 more chapters, depending on maybe 1 more chapter. They'll finish it up. But, yeah, I don't know how to advertise, to be honest with you. I'm trying to. I don't like advertising on Facebook because I really don't want people to know what I'm doing. But I did post on there about the book and the podcast. So we'll see what happens. I did forget. I was trying to get in the habit of making little snips from the podcast and post on TikTok because I get a lot more views on there. Oh, speaking of TikTok, there was a TikTok about posting landscape, and I started posting landscape. At first, wasn't getting any response, and then the last couple of videos, I now kind of double my numbers. I'm in the 700, getting at least 700 views. So maybe it does work. So I might try it again. I might post some more in landscape. But yeah, it was just interesting. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to do that. And I am getting views on YouTube Shorts, so I might keep doing that. I had one video got like 26K, and I'm not sure why. It was just a snip about Kanto, and it was funny, and that got a lot of views. I was like, okay. And then I got no views on the rest of my videos. It's like, I don't know why that one got so many views, and then why did that one get that many views and the rest are just tanking again? It's like, there's no rhyme or reason. I hear YouTubers talk about that all the time. Like, there's no rhyme or reason when their videos take off versus the ones that fail. I wish there was a rhyme or reason for it, but there isn't. So just luck of the draw, I guess, when it was circulating. Yeah, so with the YouTube stuff, I am starting to get some little views here and there on certain. I noticed I started doing the series, the YouTube shows I watch, or YouTube channels I watch, and I've started to get some views on those. So it's like, maybe I found something, but it's only going to be a short series. So. Oh, that's what I wanted to start another series. Nah, I should start getting that together. Just little things here and there. I did post 2 1-minute stories like I wanted to, and I might try to do that again. I actually used ChatGPT to help with those stories. I took and rewrote them, but I did figure out a formula now to get the 1-minute stories. It's a minimum 3 paragraphs. It's not huge paragraphs, but a minimum 3 paragraphs. I should go back and count the lines in a paragraph actually, just to see. But yeah, it's 3 paragraphs, and it's usually about a minute long. So I want to try to do it again, create a story, and see where it goes. But I need something to trigger it. I'm not sure what the next story will be. So I'm working on it. And those I'm just going to post whenever I get one. Those won't be like a weekly thing. They'll just get posted when I get it. I think the biggest thing is just doing the background. I do post the words to the story, and I don't have the closed caption set up on it. So there is that. There was supposed to be a plugin, because I use Blender to edit my videos. There's supposed to be a plugin, but the plugin doesn't work. It keeps saying something's out of date, and I keep trying to update it. I'm not a coder. I don't write code. Apparently, you got to do some coding to fix it. It's like, I'm good. So never mind. So I just manually did it by myself. And that's probably another reason why I'm not going to be doing it too often until I can figure out how to fix that. But that aside, those got some views. Well, I should say they got views on TikTok, on YouTube. I think one of them didn't get any views, so I'm not sure why. But yeah, I've been trying to do the opposite of what the voice in my head says. Like, I wasn't even going to do the podcast today. And no, I'm supposed to do the opposite. So here I am doing the opposite. But yeah, it's hard not listening to that little voice in your head that says you can't do it, or don't do it, you can do it later, procrastinating. Like, I didn't clean like I wanted to this weekend because I listened to that voice. But I'm going to try to start cleaning again tomorrow. I might clean a little tonight, actually, before everyone goes to bed, because I don't want to do it while everybody's sleeping. But I might get down there and clean some more. But yeah, that little voice, it's a powerful thing, and trying to ignore it is hard. But I'm working on it. But yeah, it's just the podcast. I've been trying to make notes and stuff to talk about. Like, even now, it's only been 16 minutes and I blew through all the notes I've read. Last time I was able to stretch it out for a full hour, so I'm not sure what happened, because I did have some notes, like the Madame Web. I talked about it like I wanted to. The Marvels, talked about it like I wanted to. I wasn't going to do a real review on it or anything, but I got to talk about it. But yeah, that was it. Oh, there was something else relationship-wise. I saw something where it said, why are you still taking the last name when you get married? Why are you still taking your husband's last name when you get married? And for some people, they just want to. But when I was younger and I would hear people not taking the last name of their husband, I thought that was weird. But as I got older, I realized that it was just a custom. It was an old custom. And again, as I got older, I realized in some countries, you take the name of the dominant family. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I get it now. And not taking the last name, to me, it's not that big of a deal anymore. If my wife ever wanted to go back to her maiden name while we're still married, I wouldn't care, because she's still my wife. It's not like we're separated. And sometimes when people get divorced, I also notice they don't some women don't go back to their maiden name. They just keep the divorced last name. Because if you have a lot of stuff in that last name, I can understand why. But yeah, as for marriage has changed a lot over the years. I should say over the decades and centuries. It's not the same as when your grandparents were young. It's not the same when their grandparents were young. It's changed a lot. So yeah, I can understand not wanting to take the last name, and it is what it is. So yeah, so it's amazing. Since I've gotten older, I would say probably mid-20s, early 30s, my thought process has changed a lot, just because I was in the world and I got to see more things, and I realized things are the way they are because that is the way it's always been. And I also realized just because it is that way doesn't mean it has to stay that way. And for a lot of people, they don't know how to change that, and they get caught up in tradition and all that. It's like I was watching Joey, I can't figure out how to say his last name. I keep saying Bazinga, but I don't think that's right. Joey, the anime man. And he was doing a story on Japan as I want to say it's the worst place to work. And one of the things they were pointing out is that it's because they have a lot of traditions that they haven't let go of. And there's nothing wrong with traditions, but when they start to get in the way of everyday life and in the way of business, that's when it gets bad. And you got to rethink your business. And there's a lot of Japanese businessmen who are changing their view because they realize this isn't working anymore. We need to update what we're doing and change how we do business. And that's what they've been doing lately. It's just updating and changing how they do business, and it's working. Those that aren't changing are the ones that are going away. So you gotta learn to adapt with your surroundings. If you can't adapt with your surroundings, then your business isn't going to go anywhere. Oh, that's what was it? Jordan the Stallion did a TED Talk. I saw it a couple days ago. I was like, he's doing TED Talk now. I didn't watch it all. I'm not a TED Talk person. But I saw that. I was just like, he's doing TED Talk now? Well, he did do that video with Method Man. And people were like, how does Method Man look younger and older than you at the same time? So, but yeah, it was funny. He's on TED Talk. And what's funny is someone said him not saying come closer when he did his TED Talk was a lost moment. I think he should have done it, actually. He should have been like, come closer and then start talking. But he probably wasn't thinking about it. He probably was just nervous doing it. But it's interesting. I like how, I'll be honest, I was one of those people that thought he was older too. I thought he was maybe early 30s. Here he's 26. It's like you lived a hard knock life. That's what I'm assuming. But he's not the only one. There have been other people who I thought were older. It's like, why do you guys look so older? And they were talking about Gen Z looking older than what they should. It's like, there may be something to it. Maybe there's something in the water. I don't know. But yeah, they look older. And that's not necessarily a good thing, especially these younger people, boys and girls looking older than what they should. You can get some trouble there. But yeah, it was just, find out I knew he was in his 20s because he talked about being a Gen Z, but I didn't know he was 26. And I think that was like even a news article people did on him. He used him an example of Gen Z looking older. So I thought that was funny. But yeah, if I find the TED Talk again, I'll put a link in there for you guys. But yeah, he's doing TED Talks. He's definitely making it. He's definitely out there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him on some TV shows or a talk show. Maybe he'll get his own talk show. Who knows? You just got to keep doing it. Keep being out there, and he's working for it. He found his niche, and he's running with it. Maybe someday I'll find mine. I can run with it. Who knows? But yeah, when his TED Talk, I don't even know why his TED Talk popped up. I don't do TED Talks, and I was on YouTube, and it just popped up. Actually, I don't even think I follow him on YouTube. I follow him on TikTok. I don't follow him on YouTube. So I think he has a YouTube channel too. So, but yeah, I was just like, is that him? I had to stop actually, zoom in and make sure it was him. Because, it didn't say like his TikTok name. It had his real name. I can't remember what his last name was. Hewitt or something like that, maybe. I think it started with an H. But again, I'll find it and put it up there. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. And though, of course, you could, if you want to poke fun at him, you could be like, well, I guess they let anyone do a TED Talk. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. But just from, I didn't watch it all. I just watched a little bit. I was doing something else at the time, and I haven't thought to go back to watch it. Like I said, I don't do TED Talk. But just from what he was talking about, following a pattern. I can't remember exactly, but he talked about he didn't follow that. He followed the pattern originally, but then he just went out of sync, and that's when he blew up. So sometimes not following the path works out best. So who knows? Maybe if I stray from the path, it'll start working out for me. I've always walked the path, just a straight and narrow, trying to keep my nose clean. And then I watch people who do nothing but dirt and succeed in life. It's like, that's like people who believe in karma. There's no such thing as karma. Well, let me rephrase that. Karma, the way that it's used, does not exist. People think, if you don't, they'll get theirs, karma get. No, it doesn't. Karma does not always get people. And the real definition of karma is not what we think. It's something completely different. It's just, it got turned into what we believe. Like, karma will get you. It's like, it's not really what karma is about, actually. So it's just saying, do good things and good things will happen to you is really what it comes down to. But, yeah, I just think sometimes not going with the flow. Like, you'll see YouTube channels copy other YouTube channels and then they'll blow up. But then they have nothing else because they have nothing original. And they don't know what to do, and then those YouTube channels implode. And you'll see that on TikTok. You see that on a lot of social media platforms. People following the same pattern as someone else, and then it just implodes, and they don't know what to do. I, on the other hand, am just doing everything I've always said I was going to do, and that's writing books, that's doing a story. The only thing I haven't done is learn Moho, and I think it's because I'm always tired right now. So, because I'm pushing myself, and let me tell you something. It is not easy to push yourself when you've been lazy for a long time. So that's probably also why I'm losing weight, because I'm pushing myself. I didn't do my work. I didn't do my weights today. I did do my cardio. I've been trying to at least do cardio every single day. Like I said, when I sit at my desk and just do cardio, I do punches. I do this one thing now where I make like I'm running sitting at my desk. It's a silly thing, but it does work up a little sweat. It's like I even alternate my legs and hands to make sure they're, if this hand's up, the other leg's up, opposite legs. So, and I just run at my desk. And when I first did it, I thought this is silly, but then I was like, wow, this really worked. And main reason I did it at my desk because it's hard for me to stand up and lift my legs. So I just like, I got to figure something out to do at my desk. And that's what I started doing. And it worked. And I'm just going to keep doing it. And I do punches. I'll sit here and throw punches and stuff, just alternating and stretching and lifting my arms. And I'll even if I don't have my weights, I'll still do my weight workout routine. So I'll focus on getting the movements better and make sure I'm hitting it just right. Because there are plenty of times I watch workout videos and I'm like, I want to go in there and smack them. It's like, you're jerking too much. Stop jerking. If you got to jerk the weight that you got one, if you're jerking a weight all the time, you got too much weight. You need to go down probably 10, 20 pounds. You shouldn't be jerking the weight when you're doing a curl or anything really. You should be able to do a nice fluid motion. And if you're not doing that, if you're jerking the weight in order to get it to move, you got too much weight. Go down. You will thank your body, or your body will thank you if you do that. You will also notice faster results if you do that. Because once you get that form down correctly, that is the word I was trying to think of, form. I could not think of form when I was talking about this. But yeah, once you get that form down correctly, you will notice a huge change in how your body responds. You will notice that you actually get better results. And then once you get that form down, then maybe you can go up about 5-10 pounds, and then you'll notice a difference. But yeah, if you're jerking all the time, then no, don't do that. actually got a little off topic there. Started talking about Jordan and then went to weightlifting. But actually, the reason I brought up relationships is talking about marriage and stuff. But also, I saw this video. I didn't watch the whole video. But she's talking about, why don't guys get hints? And I was just like, maybe don't give hints. Then I saw a bunch of other people responded to that, talking about pretty much what I was saying, don't do hints. And one guy said, yeah, we're not out here trying to catch a case. Because you give us a hint, next thing we know, we're in jail. And I was like, agreed. In this day and age, guys are not allowed to approach women. So that's why a lot of guys have opted not to date. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't date. Even as a girl approached me, I'd be like, yeah, I need your name, your driver's license, and I'm videotaping every interaction between us. And you're not allowed to post anything. I make her sign an NDA. Like, you can't disclose anything that goes on between us, because too many people want to post stuff online. Why do you got to post everything about your relationship online? It's not necessary. In fact, it hurts the relationships more than it helps. This belief that if I post everything, it'll help my relationship. No, it doesn't. It doesn't help the relationship. Because there have been plenty of times when people don't want to be posted, and the other person doesn't get it. Well, why not? Why not? And then the relationship's over. So, yeah, don't just start posting stuff. Like, if I talk about my family, I've usually gone ahead and got the permission, or I might talk about whatever, something happened in a generic way. But I don't talk about them on purpose. I tried not to, actually, because they're not wanting to be out there. They're not putting themselves out there. I am. So it's not about them. It's about me. The only time I might bring up my wife, if I'm talking about something related to this, like hints, like relationship hints. My wife used to do hints, and I told her to stop doing that. I said, I don't do hints. Tell me what you want, or don't tell me at all. Because if you're dropping hints, you're going to lose out. I don't do hints. And I hate that. I hate when people think, oh, I gave you hints. Like, you didn't do hints. You gave me what you thought were hints, and they were horrible hints. And that's another thing. You think it's a hint. He thinks you're just being silly, or he thinks you're referring to something else. Because I got news for a lot of you people who do hints. Your hints are not that clear. If your hints were clear, then you probably wouldn't have to. If you just stopped doing hints altogether, you wouldn't have any problems. But if your hints were clear, that probably would eliminate a lot of the confusion. But my advice is stop doing hints. Just speak your mind. You'd be surprised how much of a response you would get if you just spoke your mind. Your relationship would be 100 times better if you just spoke your mind. This whole giving hints is stupid. And there's an old video I saw that this circulating again, was a girl talking about, I was a guy, it didn't work out, he told him, and then she was upset because he didn't try to manipulate her. And I love this African guy, he stitched it. It's like, so let me get this straight. He respected your boundaries, moved on, and you're mad because he respected your boundaries and moved on. Like, you're a nut job. And he even states that pretty much that guy dodged a bullet, and he's not wrong. That guy dodged a huge bullet. It's like, I can't believe you're upset because the guy respected your boundaries. When I see stupid stuff like that, so he respected your boundaries and that upset you. You need to go see a psychiatrist. There's something wrong with you. The fact that you want to be manipulated means that you have some issues that you need to go get checked out. It's like, manipulate me. No, I'm good because you're not sending my ass to jail. That goes with that goes back to when the other guy's talking about, we're not out here doing hints. We're not going to jail. Yeah, so that was just crazy that girl was, and I think that girl was serious. It's the worst part. It was just crazy that she was upset that he respected her boundaries. And sadly, I see more videos like that where people do things thinking everybody's going to be on their side. It's like, no, we're not. Like, there's one that's going around right now. The girl was talking about how she pretty much stalks her sister who went no contact with the family. It's like, you're the reason she went no contact. I guarantee it. Us, her family probably tried talking to forgiving you, and she's like, hell no, this bitch is crazy. And some of the stuff she was talking about she did to stalk her sister was just out there. It's like you're touched in the head, and all your boyfriends need to run. And I hope future boyfriends find that video and just run from you. Because you deserve to be alone, and you deserve to be put. I mean, the fact that she's admitting to stalking. Well, let me put it this way. Let's say it's real. Because, again, social media could be fake. She could have done it for rage bait. But let's say it's real. And she's admitted to stalking. If the sister was to come forward with the proof, she could go to jail. It also depends on if the cops are going to do their jobs. But yeah, she could definitely go to jail because she's admitted to it. And there's video evidence everywhere that she admitted to it. So yeah, you can't do that. If there's a reason they cut contact with you. And the fact that you can't respect their boundaries is proof why they cut contact with you. So yeah, it's just crazy out there. Oh, Gary Owens popped up on my thing, on my For You page on TikTok. And he was talking about his divorce. He was trying to be quiet about it. And his wife went to LA to talk about it. Well, it turns out he did cheat. I wasn't sure because one time they made it seem like there was no cheating involved, but yeah, he did cheat. So, but he explains that's not why they got divorced. From the sounds of it, he may have kept the cheating quiet and it came out during the divorce. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was like, well, that's why your kids hate you, But he keeps talking about his kids, and I understand he loves his kid. I really think he should back off. He needs to just back off and let his kids live their life. If one day they decide to reach out to you, they'll reach out to you. But yeah, he did cheat, but he says they got divorced because the marriage was over a long time ago. And again, I'm a type of person, I don't believe you should cheat just because the marriage is over. If the marriage is over, get divorced. But sounded like he was just trying to stay married to stay married. But yeah, if you feel like you need to step out on a marriage, if you feel the need to step out in any relationship, it's time to call it quits and move on. So yeah, relationships can be difficult, and sometimes they can be made more difficult by lack of communication. So yeah, it's definitely important to communicate. So that's why I said no hints. Don't do hints. If you're the type of person that does hints, whether you're male or female, stop with the hints. You're not helping your relationship. You're destroying it. If you really care about the relationship you're in, you'll stop with the hints. Just stop. Don't do hints. Like I said, I told my wife to stop doing that a long time ago, and she did. Because I was blunt with her. I was like, I don't do hints. If you don't tell me what you want, that's that. Don't hint, whether it's, fun time or getting something at the store. Like, she would say she wants ice cream. I was like, okay, what ice cream? And before anyone says, oh, you should know what she likes. She doesn't always want the same thing. So I make her write down the exact ice cream she wants. And I even tell her if there's a particular brand you want, you need to put that down too. Or get a picture of it even and text it to me. Because she says she wants this particular ice cream flavor. But yet 4 brands make this flavor. And I get the wrong brand. And she's like, I don't like this brand. It's like, that's all they had. But yeah, I don't think expecting someone to know every little thing about their partner is right either. You're not going to remember every little thing. It just doesn't happen. Maybe in those rare cases you have someone who does remember everything, that's great. But in most cases, they're not. Because, like I said, she doesn't eat the same ice cream all the time. She changes her mind on what ice cream she wants. She changes her mind on what pop she wants. She changes her mind on what candy she wants, chips, so on and so forth. So, no, I don't memorize that stuff. Because she doesn't always want the same thing. That's why I ask her exactly what she wants. And when she asks, hey, give me some chips, I tell her what chips I want. Like the brand and the style. Like, let's say Ruffles salt and vinegar. Or Lay's salt and vinegar. I even tell her if they, give me Ruffles salt and vinegar. If they don't have that, give me Lay's salt and vinegar. If they don't have that, just give me some Ruffles. Now, I eat most of the Ruffles potato chips and Lay's potato chips, so no big deal there. But yeah, it's just, yeah, hints are the stupidest thing ever invented. Yeah, don't do hints. Don't do hints in a relationship. Let's put it that way. If you're in a situation you need to give a hint that, hey, there's a guy's got a gun. Yeah, that makes sense if you're trying to get a hint without getting yourself shot. But otherwise, don't do hints. Hints are stupid. Don't do them. But yeah. So I actually went looking for things to talk about in the news, and everything in the news was like, I hate everything that's out there. It's not stuff I want to talk about. But I did try. I was trying to get some stuff together to talk, and it's like, I hate all this. I hate all this news. All this news sucks. And I really didn't find anything. But yeah, I really did. I went and searched Yahoo, MSN. I even went to CNN and Google News. And it's just like, I don't like any of it. And then I even checked out entertainment news, which I'm not a big fan of anymore. When I was younger, I did like entertainment news, and it hasn't changed. I think that's why I lost interest. It's the same stuff over and over and over. Who's dating who's done what, this person's canceled, this person. They were even canceling back then, but it wasn't called cancel. It's just they were suddenly gone. That's all you knew. Hollywood had blacklisted them. But yeah, entertainment news doesn't appeal to me that much anymore. I'll look at it every now and again. Because if something weird pops up and I see it, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Something like that, something just out of the blue. Or you see a celebrity death, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of that because a lot of celebrities are getting old. But yeah, it's just entertainment news is boring to me. I wonder if that's just a thing as you get older, you just get out of entertainment news. I understand it's a big business, but it just repeats. And I get why it repeats, because the celebrities come and go. So you can repeat it and no one knows. Because even like someone like me who does not into celebrity news anymore doesn't know what's in the celebrity news. And then you have someone who's new to celebrity news and they're loving it. So it's one of those few things that just can keep repeating itself. But actually, along with celebrity news, the AI technology has definitely evolved. I saw Marcus, I never know his last name. The tech guy, Marcus the tech guy. I don't know his YouTube channel. But he came up. Again, I don't follow him either. I don't really follow tech guys. But he popped up again. Or he popped up while I was on YouTube. And it was talking about AI animation. That's probably what. Because I do look at a lot of animation stuff. So that's probably why it popped up. But it popped up showing, we've gone from this to this. And the new stuff was looking pretty good. And one of the things when I started watching this, like, I can see a lot of issues with this technology. And so I watched it and I was just like, yeah, this is not as good as you think. In the sense that it's not a good thing. Because one, it's not going to replace anyone's job. At least not yet. It'll be a long time before it starts replacing people's jobs. But the thing is, deep fakes are already a thing. They were doing fakes even way back when, and now with this technology, you could literally make an entire adult entertainment movie using a celebrity. And that's something on TikTok I later saw people were talking about it. You could actually make deep fakes, realistic deep fakes beyond your imagination with this stuff. It's scary what someone could do with this. And someone even brought up, what about children? You could make children stuff with this. It's like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking about celebrities already have trouble with fake nudes out there, sometimes real nudes, but child stuff too. It's like, yeah, you could do a lot of things with this stuff, unfortunately. And one of the things someone said is like, Congress needs to get on this now. Here's the problem with that. You still have a whole bunch of old people in there. You don't see it as a problem. Oh, it's just technology. It won't be that bad. And then it comes that bad. It's like, oh, we probably should have done something about that. It's like you had your chance and you blew it. And now we're in this hole that we can't get out of. But yeah, even if they made laws about it, it's not going to stop it. It's the problem. The law would pretty much have to stop the development of the technology. And even then, that's not going to stop it. Because someone can still develop the technology and just do it in another country. Send it to another country. And that's the problem with a lot of this technology, is that the world as a whole does not work together when it comes to this stuff. And I get why we don't. We're different countries. But when you have a technology like this that can literally manipulate images, or it doesn't even really manipulate images, it makes images, takes images and animates them. And really, that's scary. Like I say, you could do child stuff with it. You could do celebrity stuff in child celebrities. But yeah, there's so much scary side of this. And what I did find amazing is how many people saw this scary side. Usually you have people singing the praises of this technology, but this time they saw the scary side of it. I want us people I can see the pros and cons in it, and I see the pros and cons with this. And right now, to me, the cons are outreighing the pros, because there's a lot of warped people out there who see an opportunity to do some really heinous stuff with this. And not to mention, if it ever evolves to that point, you could literally set someone up. You could ruin relationships. It's like you could do all kinds of horrible things with this stuff. And that's one of the cons of this technology. This AI animation technology is dangerous. It's fun when you're just playing with it. But if someone actually decides to go all out with it, there's no telling how much damage they could do. They could make political videos of people doing stuff that they really didn't do. And it'd be hard to dispute unless you can find the original source of the video. And in this day and age, that's actually not that hard. I've seen a lot of people find the original source of a video. But it still is, by the time the original source is found and you prove that it's all fake, the damage is done. And people are still going to reference that video when they talk about that political person. Like, but that was a fake video. But that video still exists. They're not going to care that's fake. They're going to use it. And unfortunately, you'll have people who won't realize it's fake, and they'll still be like, it's not fake. They won't care. So once that's out there, it's going to be damning. So yeah, there's a lot of negative stuff I can see with this. And even if the laws are put in place, like I said, it's not going to stop people from doing it. That's the problem. There are many sci-fi stories where they talk about just because we can doesn't mean we should. And a lot of times that usually results in like world-ending stuff. It's like, just because we can manipulate the Earth's core doesn't mean we should. Just because we can go and siphon off energy from the sun doesn't mean we shouldn't. It always ends badly whenever they say that stuff. But yeah, it's rough. It's interesting technology, but it's dangerous technology. And as for replacing people, that's not going to happen. Let's say the technology worked perfectly. You still got to have creative people. And like I said, a lot of the AI stuff, well, I think I said in the last podcast, but a lot of AI stuff steals stuff from other people. So I don't know if the AI animation does the same thing, but if it does, you won't legally be able to put it out. So you'll have to create a database for it. You'll have to create a database that your AI program can pull from. That'd be the only way you could legally do it. So you still have to have artists to create the artwork, because a lot of these AIs don't create from thin air. They don't have the imagination. Because you can type in the description of a person, it's going to give you like 1,000 different variations probably, and it's a good chance none of those variations is what you're looking for. You might find a few that are close, but not exactly. So that's where a human artist still comes into play. But yeah, that stuff is dangerous. It's so dangerous. And I get, that's how humans are. We're curious. We want to see if we can do it. But again, doesn't mean we should. So we'll see what happens with it. Like I said, I don't see laws stopping it. Laws could slow it down. The only thing I can see for the laws is having you get in trouble if you make it. Like if you take someone's likeness and do something with it, then you being punished for it. Then that I can see as a law. But otherwise, like I said, it's not going to stop people. There are laws to stop people from murdering people, and they still do it. So that's how humans operate. So last week, Shits and Gigs didn't do their Who Am I? Or at least I didn't see it. I watched their whole podcast, and I don't remember it being on there. But I haven't gone to check to see if they've done it. All right. So who am I? I haven't watched the podcast at all today. I actually forgot about it. I was watching anime in between doing stuff for work. A lot of times I just have it on in the back. Like people have radio on. I had it on in the background. And I didn't even think to check to see if they had it up. But they got it up. So let's see if I can get this one. Or is this going to be another one I get stumped on? I almost hit the wrong button. I almost stopped the recording. I was like, I don't want to stop the recording. It's like, all right, here we go.
Right. So, I know we skipped it last week, but I have Who Am I this week?
I'm Gust.
I know you guys sometimes like to use your boards for notes and shit, so feel free, whatever.
Nah,
You're locked in today?
it's all in there.
So this one, last time I did it a little bit different. You guessed Kanye West. Very well done. You did a good job. Do we have the scores or no?
Yeah. So scores are Furad 3, Rem 2, me 0.
Oh, damn. Rem 2 as well. 3-2.
Yeah, man.
Okay, gang. Very nice. Okay. So before, as I was doing it, I was doing chapter 1, give you a chance. Chapter 2, give you a chance. Chapter 3, give you a chance. This time, similar to last time, I'm going to go through the whole thing and then it's first come, first served, okay?
I'm going to hate this. We'll see. We'll see.
So this one is in the form of a letter. So I've written this one in the form... Oh, God.
You're creative. You're creative.
That's what I was thinking. What the hell's he doing? Why is he being so creative? Oh, God. Oh, no. Why is it... The first format is probably why I was getting it. Now, I'm not going to be getting any of these, but I'm going to keep playing along, so we'll see what happens.
You're not creative, you innit? Say less. Do your fucking letter. Read your letter.
So this one is in the form of a letter.
Yeah.
So this is the character sending a letter to his love, yeah?
Alright, bet.
All right. My dearest W, since I last saw you and returned here to the troop, I feel lost. Me and the boys are all just lost. Without your love and guidance, we're just a bunch of kids playing at being soldiers. They think I can lead them and I can't. They put me on a pedestal, and I won't lie, most of the time it's got my head in the clouds. It makes me feel like I can...
I didn't mean to talk over it. W, is that Wendy and he's Peter Pan? So, not even a little into it. We'll see. I could be wrong, but right off the bat, I'm getting Peter Pan.
do anything. But the reality is, it's all just make-believe. The enemy is fast approaching, and
I'm sticking with Peter Pan because he's talking about Lost Boys, W, Imaginary. It's got to be Peter Pan. All right, I'm going to stop.
I'm not sure we're going to win this one. He scares me. He'll never know it, and I'll never show it, but he really, really scares me. When I close my eyes at night, I see his face and I panic. He's got his hooks in, and I can't escape. But I know time is on my side. There's no escaping the clock, and the jaws of death will get to him way before me. Please come back, W. You belong here. This is your home. This is your land, and I'll never tell you any different. She's got nothing on you. She's half the woman you are, and she sits on my shoulder like a little devil and whispers lies and promises magic. Just come home, W. We're lost boys without you.
Come on. Come on, you guys aren't getting this? It's Peter Pan. Oh, God, am I that old that nobody knows Peter Pan?
It's penmanship. I have no clue.
Cool. So, you're welcome to take guesses now, or I can do what I did last time, go through it again and reiterate the clues in the letter.
I have no guess for now.
Peter Pan.
It's fucking Peter Pan! Well fucking done! Well fucking done!
Let's go!
I was never getting it. Now I know the answer to Peter Pan, I was never getting it.
Yeah, fuck out of here, man. No way.
What made you get it?
What can go away? Enemy has hooks.
also, wait, let me see.
I was playing on the W thing. I was trying to think who's W.
Peter Pan.
I got it from Lost Boys. We're Lost Boys at the beginning when he said that. That's when I got it. And then I thought I was thinking about W, and I was like, Wendy. And that's when I got it.
Leads his soldiers. Jaws of enemies approaching. There was something else as well that I didn't write, but yeah, I thought Peter Pan. It was actually I was thinking more shoulder. Shoulder was Tinkerbell,
Yeah.
and that was I wanted to say Tinkerbell. I was thinking no, I don't think it was Tinkerbell. And then being the hook, that was definitely Peter Pan. Yeah.
Well, fucking done.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'll go through it and I'll tell you. So W is Wendy. I'm pretty sure Homegirl's name is Wendy.
Yeah.
I didn't even double check to see if it is Wendy.
Wait, I think it
is.
is Peter Pan and Wendy. Yeah.
My dearest W is Wendy. Since I last saw you and returned here to the troop, that being the troop of the Lost Boys, I feel lost. Lost Boys. Me and all the boys are just lost. Lost Boys. Without your love and guidance, we're just a bunch of kids, they're all kids, playing at being soldiers. That's what they do.
I think I've seen.
So yeah, I got it from the clues. I'm not going to rewatch the rewatch here, but I was thinking, but so I'm not going to go back and watch the re thing, but I got it from that first snippet there. So yeah, I got one. So so that was nice. I don't know if I liked it the way he did this. I think it was more obvious to me on this. Maybe if he did the same thing with when he did the other one, I probably would have got it. Because the other one was Kanye West, and it's like, I don't think about Kanye West. He was the first thing from my mind. But yeah, I got it. So, but I got that one. But I don't know. I'm surprised none of them got. I guess Peter Pan's not really that big anymore. I guess you don't really see a lot of stuff about Peter Pan these days, so it's probably why no one got it. Well, Rem got it, but yeah. So yeah, I guess Peter Pan's just not that big of a thing anymore because the other two had no clue, and James wasn't even sure if it was Wendy. Was the Peter Pan and Wendy wasn't even sure it was Wendy. So I'm trying to think the last time I heard anything about Peter Pan, anyone say anything about Peter Pan. So it's been a long time. I think Peter's in the public domain. I could probably write a story about it. But yeah, I think I'm going to cut this episode short. Not by much. It may not be exactly 1 hour, but it'll be close enough. But yeah, that one was easy. But the one with Kanye West, I would never get that. I was thinking Jesus, but then when he jumped, I still didn't get Kanye West. I saw him jump. I was like, I still don't know what it is. But but this one went pretty good. And once again, to anyone who's listening, to anyone who's watching, thank you for watching. And like I said, I'm going to keep trying, keep getting better, find other things to do on the podcast. But otherwise, thank you for watching. You guys take care.